Thank you, ma'am. Green eggs and ham. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? Good morning. How you doing? It is 4:17 in the Big 2-6. It's Friday, the final Friday before the draft, you guys. Next time we talk on a Friday, we will know, not necessarily who, but what the Detroit Lions did in the 2026 NFL Draft's first round. Been thinking about a lot about it, guys, and we will discuss that into the show. I don't want to give too much of it away. We, of course, have to cover some NFL news right off the rip. A little bit of tea spillage going on. A little bit of female fighting going on. And you know me, I'm never one to miss an opportunity to point my finger and laugh at a situation and go, oh, you silly bitch. You silly bitch. Then we're going to go ahead and kick it on over to the NFL.com. 6 potential trades that could rock. You want to rock. I want to rock. 6 trades that could rock the NFL in the first round. We have seen a lot more wheeling and dealing than I think in years past, both at in the draft and at the trade deadline. The NFL becoming more what I call NBA-ified as far as the trades go on. Major League Baseball, the NHL, all the big players I think have done historically a lot more wheeling and dealing at drafts. Yeah, personnel at trade deadlines throughout the season have always done historically more than the NFL. But the NFL over the past few years has really, I think, shifted into a more shorter leash on players, a little bit more apt to unload assets that teams are no longer willing to spend time on, as well as the condensed time window for GMs and head coaches. It could be, you could be there for 2.5 years. You could be the foundationary piece by a coach and GM, and the next thing you know, they're out of a job, and maybe you're not quite him. And the next organization wants absolutely nothing to do with you. Or you could be J.J. McCarthy and just suck right out of the rip. And then, guys, we finished last week talking about player prospect, a little bit of a profile on a guy, a little bit under the radar, both in stature and in draft prospects. We highlighted Jacob Rodriguez from the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And I thought, why not? Just kind of keep with the trend and looking at day 2 prospects, since Friday will be day 2. It's where we're really going to focus and sharpen our pencils, guys. We will then look at a potential day 2 pick, Miami's own Keontae Scott. Guys, the stories that we're finding on these day 2 guys, not only do they lend themselves to a dying industry of Hollywood, but also to what the Detroit Lions look for players in their profile, their grittiness, and their just desire to play ball. Hopefully you guys appreciate the dropped desk. We shortened it down by 1 3/4 inches by switching up the shims a little bit. Look at us go. Hopefully you guys are having a good start to the morning. If you want to engage in the live chat over at Mad Hatter Nation on the YouTube side of things, you're going to have to go ahead and put a little foreskin into the game. You're going to have to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to chat with the rest of the Bastion of Sanity in a sea of nonsense over there at YouTube. Shout out to 7 of you guys over on Rumble. What's up, Reffy? Good to see you over there on Rumble, you guys. We are growing exponentially. I do want to give a big shout out to all the new people we've gotten. I finally did bite the bullet and joined the Timcast IRL Discord server, and have gotten actually a few new followers over there. Whether it's by support or actual viewership, that has yet to be proven. But I do appreciate just the community over there. On the note of Discord, well, that means that eventually, guys, we will be launching a Discord server over here at Hat and Beard Show. Going to kind of put out some feelers there. So I know Mr. Detroit City's been kind of asking about that over the past year or so. But we're getting there. We are getting there. I want to give a big shout out to all you guys over there at the YouTube side of things. My mom's here. Rick's hanging out. Kane, what's up, Kane? Hey, Kane, dude. My bad, dude. I feel really bad, dude. I haven't been engaging with you as much on Twitter this week as I would like to, dude. Been a little bit. Mentally preoccupied at work with other stuff that's just kind of really been bogging down my cognitive ability to engage with people the way that I want to. Been just a lot of life brain fog this week, dude. So my bad, man. I've been meaning to say I hope you haven't feeling like I've been neglecting you, brother. I feel bad about it, dude. I've been thinking about you, dude. Didn't want to. Snake's hanging out. What's up, Snake? Raw, what's good? Raw, dude. Raw, you've been straight up regular and like a fucker over here, dude. You are like a staple on this show now, dude, my guy. Also, Raw, that's the other thing I was thinking about with the Discord thing. There is a way that once we figure out Discord, okay, I can have call-in segments. Okay, there can be call-in segments. Obviously, there's going to have to be some type of a vetting process. And to be completely honest with you guys, I think we're going to have some type of a financial barrier to entry into the Discord server for Hat and Beard once we get it up and going, simply because, no offense, but it will kind of keep some of the riffraff out, and people aren't going to just be throwing their money away to go ahead and troll and make a bunch of nonsense. So there will probably be a slight barrier to entry, but there will be some form of a call-in segment there on the Discord side of things. We still needed me for balance, but I had my giant baby standing. Hell yeah, Rick, that's what's up. That's what's up. What's going on, Trippy? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're having if I'm not mistaken, I think today is your Monday, dude, or getting around to the start of your week. That sucks, bro. I'm about to head on vacation for like 10, 11 big ones. I think I could roll it all the way into 12 if the schedule lines up. What's going on, Mr. Figs? Bro, you ready for Kansas City to shock the world and take Kenyan Sadiq in the top 10, dude, because that's what's about to happen over there. Discord isn't scary; it'll be all right. Yeah, I'm figuring it out, dude. I'm figuring it out, man. I'm over here dipping my big toe into the pond of Discord, trying to figure out what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? Vacay hard for you too. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. On Discord, you can run a voice chat and live. Yes, Raw. I was thinking about you when I started kind of feeling out Discord yesterday. I was like, oh, I can. This is an avenue. I think that we can kind of connect new world with old world. Kind of blend that call-in segment of a little bit of a radio talk show that I kind of want to get more into doing, guys. I do like the old talk show style of things, especially the old radio talk show style of things. That way we kind of have a little bit of your callers saying, I like talking to you guys, dude. I like talking to you guys, man. I think you guys, look, I can be a little bit of a prickly pear around people, dude. It takes you got to get I'm like an onion, you know what I mean? You got to get through a couple layers to figure out what's good and what's bad. But those of you guys who stick around, I think you understand, and I'm happy to hear you guys out to an extent. You know what I mean? I'd pay to troll you just for kicks. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate that, man. And I'd troll you right back, buddy. I use Discord for gaming. Hell yeah, dude. I haven't quite figured it out yet, man. I'm learning a little bit here. I finally looked into the Rossini broad. She is not cute. Maybe a 6. That's being generous. And Crissy is a 6'4". Yeah, Reffy, we will get to that, bro. We will get to that because female sports reporters, we have been overinflating the egos of 4s in the female sports reporting segment of the world for far too long, and we need to stop that shit, dude. We need to get off it. Okay, stop. It's the same thing we have with female comedians. It's like, a woman in a man-dominated sphere. Time to overinflate your ego because maybe she'll touch my pee-pee. Fuck off, dude. Yeah, fucking weirdos. Bunch of weirdos. Also, guys, check this out. Let me know what you think about this. For dramatic effect, we now have B-Rad Cam. That's right, B-Rad Cam is now live on the channel, so we might be zooming in around playing with some B-Rad Cam once in a while. How do you like that, guys? All right, so before we get into it, we're going to go ahead and kick it over to my Jocko. Make sure you do all the things, subscribe, notifications, bells, likes, and shares, and all the stuff and things. It's Friday! In case you can't tell by the vibe of the show, let's get into it.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Hell yeah, he says, Mr. Fix says, don't curse me with that. Hey, man, look, I don't like Andy Reid, okay? I don't like Travis Kelce. But if you look at how things are shaping up, you guys need, what, an offensive lineman? You already got a running back, a feature back with Kenneth Walker, by all metrics, right? As long as he can stay healthy. You got your diva dipshit troublemaker wide receivers, and you got an aging Hall of Fame tight end. I don't care about the numbers. I don't like Travis Kelce. He's a dildo, right? He's just a walking, talking dildo with legs. And I just never been a big fan of him, right? So it almost makes sense that if you guys don't go offensive line in the first round, Kenyan Sadiq's probably going to be your pick, dude. That's what I would imagine. That's what I imagine. And not for nothing, Andy Reid does have a pretty good track record with tight ends. Am I a fan of taking a tight end in the first round? Yeah. No. Do I have stupid written on my forehead? I don't think so. Had to check the camera. But you know what I'm saying? I don't like Eric Ebron. When people say tight end in the first round, I hear the words or the name Eric Ebron. And my butt gets very, very, very sore. So I'm not a big fan of taking tight ends in the first round. But talking about sore butts, NFL reporter Crissy Froyd. Freudian. Oh, the jokes just write themselves, guys. The jokes just write themselves. Fired over Diana Rossini comment. Crissy Froyd doesn't want to stay silent after the sports reporter slammed journalist and whore Diana Rossini, who resigned from The Athletic amid accusations of a romance with New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel. She was let go from her job at USA Today Sports. USA Today Sports has ended its contract relationship with Crissy Froyd, effective immediately. The company shared on its April 16th statement. That'd be just yesterday. Her recent statements do not reflect our commitment to professionalism or uphold our principles of ethical conduct. Yes, because we all know USA Today Sports is the top, the flagship, the bastion, the standard in sports writing. I've been with this network for so long, and I chose to say one thing about a woman for something unethical she did. The 26-year-old said. I've been with this network for so long, the 26-year-old said. I've been with this network for so long, the 26-year-old said. Gonna go ahead and leave that on B-Rad Cam while I finish reading this stupid fucking shit. Oh my God. I've been with this company for so long, the 26-year-old said. Since pictures of Rossini and Vrabel, who are separately married to other people, I'm glad that the Department of Redundancy department is writing this article. Holy shit. They're separately married to other people. Yes. Yes. Being separately married would mean to other people. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. We know what happened. Vrabel called them completely innocent. Rossini said the pictures don't represent the group of 6 people who were hanging out during the day. Diana, I got to ask you, sweetheart. Do you see those 6 other people? Are those 6 other people in the room with me now? Because that's the amount of people that I've seen in those pictures. And unfortunately for you there, Toots, it was confirmed by eyewitness testimonies and statements. Yeah, you weren't there with no 6 other people. You were there doing the old no pants dance, the old hanky-panky with old Mike Vrabel. He's just a chill guy, right? He's just a chill guy. And look at this 4. Here we go. However, Freud... I can't get over the fact that her name is Freud. Like, are you fucking serious? The accusation, like, you can't have the last name Freud and then hurl accusations at someone for doing some heinous shit without someone going, does anybody else see the joke here? You know what I'm saying? It suggested Rossini was a liar. After the veteran reporter shared the resignation letter she submitted to The Athletic, in which Rossini said she did not accept the narrative that has been constructed around their affair allegations. Okay, that's fine. You can deny it. It doesn't matter. I do not accept the narrative. My lived experience. Shut the fuck up. Dude, just take it on the chin. Oh my God. Just cowardice. Cowardice. I'm sure you were told to submit that or you'd get fired instead. Freud wrote on X on April 14th, don't let the door hit you on the way out. We know who you really are and what you've been up to for years. It does so much to detriment to women in sports who have done things the right way. Okay, now I do look. Okay, to be fair, you gotta pump the brakes there, little Miss Ego, little Miss Thang, little Miss Thang, right? Little Miss, I've been here for years, the 26-year-old said. We know what you've been up to, the 26-year-old said to the 40-year-old. Like, I get it. Shit, look, I'm not saying that she's wrong in her accusations, okay? I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I am actually irritated by this story because it's so simple. I analyzed it. I told you guys everything that was going to happen on day 1, and nobody else picked up the story until like day 4. Right? I was first on this, man. I told you exactly what was going to happen. I told you exactly how to break it down. We have not been proven wrong yet, okay? And I already told you what's going to happen next. She's going to launch a podcast in the next 8 months, minimum. Okay? Within the next 8 months, she will have her own podcast. It'll probably coincide along with the time of the kickoff of the NFL season, all right? She's going to divorce her husband, okay? Mike Vrabel, probably not, because he's very Patriot. You know what I mean? Very New England Patriot build. Him and Robert Kraft, 2 butt buddies, dude. They're going to, just brush this right under the rug. But Diana Rossini, dude, this is very, the timing is far too perfect for this to not be, the allotment of this information to be leaked out like this, her contract ending at the end of June, it drums up a bunch of narrative, a media narrative. But this girl over here, look, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you don't have the guns to punch up out of your weight class like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you have the ground to stand on to start hurling accusations when, look at you, look at the way you present yourself. Look at that 15 pounds of makeup. You yourself are clearly a whore. There is no reason why a grown woman, a 26-year-old adult woman, where is your husband? Where is your children? Why are you sitting here posing like a high school senior in her pictures? You are a whore. Knock it off, okay? Since then, Freud has got the fucking jokes write themselves. Oh my God, let's go to B-Rad Cam because I can't take this seriously. Since then, Freud has doubled down on her disapproval of Rossini the whore for allegedly, quote, hooking up with married NFL coaches, plural. Quote, all of us do know what she's been up to, she shared on a statement to the Daily Caller, which she has also posted on her Instagram stories. Quote, it was the worst kept secret in the NFL reporting world for a while. Okay. Amid the scandal, Freud has also defended a controversial relationship she herself had with former college quarterback JT Daniels, which she said she began after their professional relationship had ended. There's Rossini the whore and Mike Vrabel. I had a strong relationship with quarterback JT Daniels. Nobody cares. However, JT and I didn't begin that relationship after he was out of football. Good for you. I can honestly say that I never slept with a player or coach for professional gain. Freud concluded, Diana cannot say the same. That's where the difference is. Ooh, that is quite an allegation. To be fair, if we pay attention to the verbiage here, I can honestly say that I have never slept with a player or coach for professional gain. I mean, not to nitpick the story here, but for professional gain doesn't mean you didn't sleep with them for money, and you said you didn't sleep with them. Not sleeping with somebody doesn't mean you didn't bang them. It just means you didn't honk shoe with them. You know what I'm saying? So technically, she's not saying it. She said, I never slept with anybody for professional gain. She's not saying I never banged anybody for money. And for her to flat out say Diana can't say the same, that's where the difference is. That's a bold statement there, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. All right, yeah. Diana, just flat out deny it. Just flat out say if, I hate to say it, but KISS here, motherfucker. Diana, if Freud is wrong. God damn, that's funny. Yo, that is so funny that her name is Freud. And she's accusing Diana Rossini of being a whore. Like, that's so funny, dude. It's a Freudian slip. God damn. If she's wrong, outright deny it. Outright say, I have never slept with a player or coach for professional gain either. Can you? Can you honestly say that? Because unless you can flat out say, I have never done that, it's a very simple statement. You either have or you have not. And if you have, then you're a whore. I mean, it's not that complicated. Quit trying to make mountains out of molehills here, fellas. How we doing, Mad Hatter Nation? Damn, chat's popping off, guys. Holy crappers. Let's go. Don't curse me on that. Yep, got that one. It's all good, man. I appreciate the engagement. No, Kane, I appreciate you, dude. I really appreciate your open-mindedness and willing to have discourse with me while I stumble my way through the very beginnings of Christian theology. You know, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I have some pretty deep thoughts on some certain things, but I don't know if I'm well studied enough to actually speak on it other than I had this thought. You know what I'm saying? Those pictures would give me a divorce. Yeah, dude, exactly. Not only would you get divorce papers, but you would be served with divorce papers if you were Mike Vrabel. Yo, Mr. Detroit City, what's up, bro? Man, I'm so glad, dude. I'm always I'm not saying you need to be in the chat more, dude. But I'm always worried, man. I'm always like, man, I hope he's good, man. I don't see you as often as you once were, dude. I get it, dude. You's a working fella, man. I just really hope you're going to be here next Thursday night, guys. You guys remember next Thursday night, of course, we will be live an hour and a half, just like our digital tailgates before kickoff during the regular season. We're going to be having a little pregame digital hangout, pre-draft show, kicking it with you guys. We're going to be pounding mock drafts, dude. We're going to be absolutely destroying mock drafts. Going to be looking at as much scuttlebutt as we can, taking your guys' chats, trying to figure out what the Lions are going to do. I cannot stop fantasizing about 33, 44, and 50, you guys. I can't stop thinking about that. Can we get an 8? Can we get some likes in the chat? Can you smash the like button if you think the Lions should trade 17 to the Miami Dolphins for the 33, 44, and stay at 50? Give us 3 absolute rock star starters on a rookie scale contract in the second round. Oh, crushing it. So hope to see you there, Mr. Tracy. I hope to see all of you guys there as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, the NFL is going to crack down on independent podcast. That's money they're not making. Shh. Rick, don't talk about that. They're going to come take my 68 cents I've made on Rumble. Stop it. That's my 68 cents I've made on Rumble, 6 cents at a time. They crack down on them more than pay a bigger ones to stream and choke out. Yeah. Trippy, they're going to. So what you'll see during the midterms and in the run up to the 28 election, you're going to see the mainstream news pundits start to shift into podcast as a trial run. Once it's proven to be an effective business model at scale, the NFL will follow suit. They've already, they pretty much already own the Kelsey brothers. They pretty much already own Pat McAfee. It's just going to be a little bit of changes in contractual verbiage. You'll see those podcasts be brought over to the major networks, hyper overinflated through marketing. It'll squeeze out all of us little independent voices. And what you'll see, and I'm already seeing it here on YouTube, I'm chalking it up right now to it being the off season. Now, metrically, last year at this time, we were seeing a little bit of uptick in growth, okay, because it was leading up to the draft. But if you compare my growth from last year to this year, just based on impressions at this exact same time, small content creators have already been blocked out, dude. We've already been blocked out on mostly on YouTube. Rumble, I'm getting a lot of views. It's really hard to get views into subscribers over on, or followers over on Rumble. But YouTube's already blocking out small content creators, already icing them out, and it's just going to be, your major networks buying the spaces outright on your alternate forms of media, which will then require another revolution and diversification into different alternate streams of media. I don't know if you'll probably, what I would imagine, just kind of looking at it right now, obviously YouTube's going to be bought and paid for. TikTok will follow suit. Instagram, the family of Meta organizations. You'll probably see more people switch over to Rumble because Rumble's the next in line as far as I would say stability. But then I would imagine because he has enough money to tell him to get fucked, I would imagine X will be more of a bastion of independent streaming media. I've always kind of thought that what Elon should do is get away from calling Twitter X, but have X be the parent company. So he should diversify and have, Twitter on X, Rumble on X. Does that make sense? Like, it should be this brand on X, brought to you by X. Does that make sense? So that you can still maintain the Twitter brand name that we all use, the Rumble brand name that we all use, but integrate their back end with your back end so that there's two supporting independent speech, free speech platforms coexisting with one another, kind of supporting one another. But it's just like, it's like Rumble on X, Twitter on X. Does that make sense? 100%. Oh, the trade out? Hell yeah, dude. These chick NFL reporters are all home wreckers. They really are, Derek, dude. They really are, bro. And that's because, dude, any male-dominated industry, bro, as soon as a female goes in there, you're going to over-evaluate their value by 3 points, dude. So you got a bunch of threes and fours in the sports reporting sphere who are grossly overinflated by their appearance to 6s and 7s, okay? Like, I'm not talking shit, okay? I'm not talking shit. But you guys thirst over Annie Agar way too fucking hard. Like, way too fucking hard. Come on, man. Did you see the way the internet fucking buckled at the knees to goon over Hawk Tua, who's a 4 on her best days? Are you shitting me? A bunch of thirsty, lame-ass dudes, bro. Don't miss my podcast today at noon Central Time. That's right, guys. American Boxer. Drop that link in the chat, American Boxer. I'll pin the comment. Don't worry, guys. Doing my part with flooding the good old boy socials, Facebook, TikTok, with AI content until it dies. Hell yeah. Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Rumble, Kick, dude, they got to take over, bro. We are live on Kick, guys. Don't forget. We are live down there on Kick. Feels like we're in the movie Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater, where the kid has to start his own radio channel to get against the establishment. That's kind of what it feels like, Art. Honestly, man, that's like... If you guys seen how, like, so I'm just in a very small, this was my grandma's old sewing room. That's why I call it Grandma Studio 1. It's a very small bedroom, dude. It's a very small studio, very independent, and I'm just trying to punch up here, dude. We're just trying to take the fight to the evil empire. What's up, Brent Supreme? Good to see you, man. The main icon logo still says the show is upcoming. I miss most. Oh, are you talking like on my page? Damn, that's weird. You should see how we would rate Army chicks out in the field. Bro, I've heard stories, dude. I've heard stories. I missed most of it because you said hadn't started yet. No shit, man. Damn, Brent, I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, you know what, dude? It's probably because I started at 10:05 instead of 10. And as some of you longtime guys know, if the show time says 10:05, it's because I had to poop before the show. So that's what I was doing. I had to take a shit. That's why we started at 10:05, because I had to take the Browns to the Super Bowl. Going to take the Browns to the Super Bowl? Let's go. 6 potential trades. I'm not so wild about it. I don't feel like looking at these trades. It's kind of fluff material. Let's talk about the Lions, guys. Let's talk about the Lions, huh? Everyone is a 10. Oh, Iraq was the worst. Turkish massage parlors looked like 13s. Yep. Yep, I had some buddies that were in the Navy, and I think they always called them women boat hoes, dude, or something like that. And then I knew a guy who married the girl that he met on the boat, and I was just like, from everything I've heard, that does not sound like the person I would want to marry. You know what I mean? Desert Queens. There you go, Mr. Figs. Hell yeah. Man, you veterans, yo, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. My bad, dude. My bad, Reffy. I'm so sorry, bro. Jezebel's all of them 100%, dude. That USA Sports just lost no readers. She's been 4 years. Wouldn't she know if she... Yeah, dude, exactly. For professional gain. Yep. You see, dude, you're reading between the lines, bro. I can't stand Agar. She got too big for her britches early and then oversaturated and started to turn me off. Reffy, bro, here's the thing. Like, I will give Annie some credibility. Annie Agar, okay? She has really good comedic delivery, okay? But the big eyelashes staring at the camera thing, I mean, there's a reason why Gallagher didn't fucking continue to run for 40 years. Because when you're a shtick comic, your shtick only works until your shtick don't work no more. And if you get so ensconced in that shtick, you're never able to break free of that narrative, right? Like, and being that I did stand up for 10 fucking years, she clearly has a group of writers. There is no way you can crank out material that fast, that polished. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. Yeah, dude, she only has the one shtick. She just, says funny line and then looks at camera and blinks eyes. Does this, rolls her shoulders a little bit forward to accentuate her collarbone, looks down at the camera, and blinks her eyes. Like, I get it. The joke leading up to that is funny, but your punchline is always the same thing. Like, okay, the difference between like Annie Agar and the kid who does punts, that kid, is like his shtick works because he's delivering information at almost an analytical quarter by quarter analysis or score by score analysis. Annie is just like surface level, low hanging fruit jokes, very, very low IQ. You know what I mean? Followed up by the exact same punchline over and over and over again. Like the punts kid, like he's funny and he does that punts thing once in a while, but it fits the joke type. It isn't the punchline, it's part of the joke. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the script. It's part of because what he's doing is he's doing a sketch, Like, so it's different. You see what I'm saying? She has two other shticks I don't mind. Hey! Oh, hell yeah. A girl who knew all the boys. Yeah, bro. Now you have topic and confidence and topic, or now I'm on topic that I have confidence in you about. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Find out how bad the stoke it was is killing me. She could talk, but half gargled yesterday was a clot removed. What the fuck? Brent, what the fuck, dude? Oh, your mom had a stroke yesterday? Holy shit, Brent. Bro. Dude, I hope she's okay, man. The punts guy's more self-aware. You know what I'm saying then, Kane? You get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Brent, dude, that's really scary, man. I hope everything's okay, dude. I've had AFib since I was 30, so stroke is probably how I'm going to go. Damn, yo. What the fuck, Trippy? What the fuck? Isn't AFib something to do with your heart, bro? No shit, Jack. Annie's an outspoken conservative? I'll be honest. I follow her brother on Twitter, Johnny. He's a way better follow, dude. I like Johnny. He's fun. Yeah, Brent says the same. I was gonna say, dude. Yeah, Johnny's actually fun, dude. Johnny's a Lions fan, bro. Yeah, follow Johnny Agar, dude. He's funny, dude. He's fun. Oh, it's an irregular beat. Gotcha. Would it be like athortic or atriculaar irregular beat or something like that? I don't know. Articular? Is that the word I'm looking for? Anticular? Antique? You got an antique heart? Yeah, dude, Johnny gives her shit all the time. But yo, real quick, so Jack, I didn't know she was an outspoken conservative. I will give her credit. I've never seen her like outright like, the liberal cuck Tom Grassi. He's a very outspoken liberal fucktard, dude, and I'm not cool with that, dude. But I'm glad that that Annie isn't, dude. That's dope. But you know what I'm saying? Like she and the problem, the thing, there's no problem. She's making money. Okay, get your bag, sweetheart. Go make your money. But the longer that shtick perpetuates, the longer you become ensconced in that shtick, and the harder it is to break free. You know what I mean? I'm scared shitless about my mom. Thanks for helping me take my mind off it, guys. Well, Brent, all right, man. So like, I didn't want to get like too down in the weeds, bro. But would it be better for you, bro, if we just like kept plugging forward, bro? Yeah, a liberal school teacher. Exactly, dude. Once I found out he was a school teacher, I was like, and from New York. He's an ex-school teacher from New York. So it makes sense, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And I'm not going to lie, dude, after he supported the No Kings bullshit and all that stuff, I unfollowed Tom Grassi on everything, dude. I do not support his content. I won't support that shit, bro. Yeah, dude, same thing, Rick. Hell yeah. Yeah, Brent, we're all praying for your mom, dude. For real, bro. I'm trying to make sure that you understand that we're here for you, dude, and like, you know what I mean? I'm also trying to get your mind off of it. You know, does that make sense, bro? You know what I mean? Also, and I don't know if this is really your thing, dude, but I would encourage you to maybe have a conversation with Jesus Christ. Atrium fibrillation. Why do you medical fucks have to pick the hardest damn words to read, bro? Atrium fibrillation. In the trades, it's called a connector. As a cause of grandma's stroke. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay. For sure. There you go. Okay. That makes sense. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. That makes sense. Gotcha. Was barely Toliver Grassi, was fuck the Packers fan, but he killed all support for me. Yeah, dude. Get myself checked out. For what? Oh, is it a genetic thing? Yeah, here's the thing, bro. I have good genes. All right, man. We'll talk ball then, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying? We here for you, dude. So you want to talk, we can talk, bro. But we're gonna try and get your mind off it a little bit, talking a little bit of ball. Actually, I had you in mind. What did I say about? Oh, yes. For a minute there, I was like Sydney Watson. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney. I have great genes. Wait, let me just. I have great genes. I'm actually a big fan of jeans. I like to wear blue jeans. I am a blue jeans and boots guy in the middle of summer. It's better. That way shit doesn't get all over my legs when I'm working in the yard. You know what I mean? Big fan of muck boots now. Actually, been rocking the muck boots out in the yard almost all season long, dude. If you get a chance, guys, I was down. Fuck, babe. Where were we? Was we at Family Farm and Home when I found the muck boots? I was somewhere, and I was like, I need some muck boots. And I picked them up, and I was like, no shit, Dunlap, huh? And I was like the tires? So I pulled out my phone, and I Googled, yeah, dude, Dunlap makes some badass rubber muck boots. You know, like Dunlap the tires. And I was like, son of a bitch, if they make tires, I bet you make really good rubber boots. Well, I'll be dipped in shit, fellas. Them fuckers are some shit kickers, dude. I can't believe you actually take the time to remember their names. Whose names, dude? He's talking about the StreamYard broadcast link. Bro, I don't know. I'm confused, man. Shit kickers is the only proper term. Exactly, bro. I'm a sleep in my jeans person. My girl hates it. Well, see, bro, and here's the thing, Snake. This is what ladies don't understand, bro. If you want to sleep in your jeans with your boots by the bed, dude, they don't understand the, like, I got to be ready to go. like I'm so glad that there's been the trend online with short form content where women are just like in their head, they're just like do be do, you know, and then it's like the men's equivalent. It's like guy over there, 6'2", I can take him, exit over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, that's exactly what it's like, because like it's like they don't understand. It's like, why do you have it like right here? So that I can literally jump out of bed and go. For what? I don't know. A fucking bear, aliens, a ghost, Osama bin Laden, Jeffrey Epstein. I don't fucking know, man. They might be in my house. I gotta be ready. Oh, damn, Jack. I would not agree with that at all. Though so this is the split that I have with Daniel Jeremiah. He was an NFL scout, correct? Am I correct in that? Daniel Jeremiah was an NFL scout. So he has some credibility. However, there's a reason why you were and you no longer are. You know what I'm saying? If Mel Kiper was so good at picking players, well, he'd be a GM. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? The other one. Todd McShay. Not Todd McShay. Mel Kiper, and who was the other one? He ended up working for the Raiders. Who was that guy? Yeah, exactly. Who was that guy? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Zombie apocalypse. Hell yeah, let's go. My wife asked me what I'm thinking about, but if I tell her, she will think that I'm a total nerd. I had to show the short to Hat and Boobs the other day. And so you guys know Hawkman has no clue. Dude, Jack, I love the fact that you use the term Hawkman now. I love that, bro. I love that, dude. I'm so glad you guys use the term Hawkman when referring to Mel Kiper Jr. because I've been calling him Hawkman for like 15 years. Mike Mayock. That's his name. Shout out Patrick Linnaberry. Hell yeah, dude. Mike Mayock. Brent Supreme. Mike Mayock. That's what his name was. I couldn't remember his fucking name, dude. God damn. Which lends itself to my point even more. Bro, so there was this video I seen where it's this dude and his wife are watching Titanic, and it's like right into the movie, you know, and it shows the triple screw propellers, right? And he pauses and he's like, so he starts explaining the turbines and how it operates, and then he goes into this fucking long diatribe about how like the mail carriers were still trying to process the mail and the difference between what a RMS and a HMS meant. And I'm just like, yeah, all this makes sense. And I showed it to Hat and Boobs, and she's just, what the fuck? Why are you like this? You know what I mean? Because it's like, this is what I think about all the fucking time. Just random fucking shit, you know? Yeah, dude, Cleveland Farrell in the top 5, bro. Mike Mayock. What a butt cheese Mike Mayock was, dude. All right, so we're going to finish the show off talking about Keontae Scott. And I really wanted to get Brent Supreme's take on this, dude, because, dude, you seem to be, like, in it to win it on and analyze player prospects, dude. And Keontae Scott, why the Lions should draft DB Keontae Scott. Well, his character fit, Keontae Scott, is just the type of player who fits the identity of the Lions have cultivated since the arrival of MCDC and Big Braden Brad. Most specifically, his long road to the NFL is one that speaks to his resiliency and perseverance, while choosing football as his vehicle to succeed and achieve both on and off the field. Scott was originally a no-star recruit, ranked by 247 Sports and unranked and without the academic transcripts to make it to a D1 school. Snow College, a junior college in Ephraim, Utah, was the trailhead of Scott's journey, and he's credited his JUCO experience for shaping his mentality, explaining that route gave him, quote, a different hunger and an all-around gratefulness for the game. Scott went on to be a 2-time JUCO All-American at cornerback and played in the 2021 NJCAA national title game. And this is a throwback. You guys remember Last Chance U? Bro, I love the JUCO road, man. Can't say I've slept with my jeans on purpose. 100%, dude. Hell yeah. Dude, finally told my wife what I was thinking about once. She kept nagging me, and she felt sorry for me. Dude, Reffy, 100%, bro. 100%, dude. The hunger and gratefulness football provided for Scott at Snow carried into his time at Auburn, where he embraced both opportunity and adversity. And that included overcoming an ankle injury he suffered in 2023 that required tightrope surgery. Typically, athletes don't return to competition for 4 to 8 weeks, but Scott was sidelined just 3 games before getting back on the field. Reflecting on that challenge, Scott noted that he learned to focus on growth rather than setbacks and relied on his faith to keep him motivated. Hell yeah, let's go. I just got to say real quick, I would not recommend people performing surgery while walking a tightrope. That sounds very dangerous and unsanitary. It's my understanding that surgical suites are supposed to be very sterile, and the idea of being in a circus tent on a tightrope, all those people eating popcorn and shit, coughing, hacking, wheezing, shitting, farting, burping, just no, I'm good. I would encourage him, but you know what? Maybe the acrobat surgeon that did it on a tightrope for him, maybe that's why it recovered so quickly, dude. You know what I'm saying? In the short sort of emotional maturity, growth mindset, and playing to inspire the guy next to you aligns with the kind of accountability valued by Detroit's coaching staff. According to an NFL scout in Dane Bergler's The Beast, Scott's, quote, energy could power the building, end quote, and that sort of energy would help jolt a Lions secondary that didn't generate as many impactful plays that swung the momentum of games they have previously. Oh, you mean Kirby Joseph? It's... we're May I present to you guys the dead horse that I have beaten and beaten and beaten into a mushy little pulp that is the importance of Kirby Joseph being on the defense. Style fit. Some things were different for the Lions defense in Calvin Shepard's first season as defensive coordinator, but nothing changed when it came to the kind of physical play they expect from their defensive backs. And if there's one thing you can expect from Scott, it's physical play. Those impactful plays from the defensive backfield that seemed fewer in between last year, just 10 TFLs, 10 INTs in 2025 versus 17 TFLs and 15 INTs in 2024, could use exactly the kind of playmaking Scott brings to the secondary. During Miami's run to the national championship game last year, Scott recorded 13 TFLs, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions, both of which he returned for touchdowns. Yes. 5 interceptions difference for the Lions defense between the 2024 and 2025 season. Almost like one player. God, quit trying to make mountains out of molehills, guys. How does he fit here on the Raz score? Woo! That's not bad, boys. He recorded an 8.97 RAS out of a possible 10. This ranked him 317 out of 3,000 cornerbacks from 87 to 2026. Get out of here. Nobody likes you. Note his vert still isn't officially updated to 44. Shown is his score with the correct one. Gotcha. So his 40 wasn't reflective, or his vertical jump. Gotcha. That's not bad overall. 8.9 out of 10. Come on now. Across 750-plus snaps in 25, Scott primarily lined up as a nickel corner, which is exactly what we need, or a box safety. Oh, boy, does that not seem to fit what we need for the Canes, and those alignment rates are interestingly similar to those of another fast-playing and instinctual defensive back Detroit drafted in 2023. Brian Branch played 736 total defensive snaps in his rookie season, 500 in the slot and 102 in the box per PFF. That is a very similar ratio to Keontae Scott, who is undersized, just like Brian Branch. The Lions added some veteran options in free agency to play nickel, including Roger McCreary and Christian Eisen, but both signings, much like the rest of Detroit's free agency, were short-term one-year deals. Scott could immediately compete with that group for defensive snaps, even if it's in more situational blitzing role like the one Ife Melifonwu was featured in during the 2023 season. Hi-yo, here we go. And on top of that, Scott could help pitch in at safety, the position most draft analysis project him to play, to bridge the gap while Branch rehabs from his Achilles injury. You mean his ruptured Achilles. Weaknesses. Anywhere you go for scouting reports for draft profiles will be quick to mention Scott's age, 25. In August of this year as a potential drawback. Overage prospects is the new reality for the NFL, and it'll be interesting to see how the teams view these experienced but older players. On one hand, some teams may wonder why these players took so long to put it all together, and the question of how to handle a potential second contract is something Holmes spoke to the media about earlier this week. Quote, "You've got to be prepared for that because it's real, man." Yes, very well put, Brad Holmes. In the case of Scott, he was granted an exemption for eligibility for his JUCO years at Snow, but then played in the SEC at Auburn and was a key piece of the Hurricanes team that went to the national championship. There's not much, if any, doubt that his ability to match up against top competition at the next level. Scott is a bit of on the smaller side at 5'11", so covering bigger receiving threats who can leverage their height and gain length against him could be an issue. And while he has no fear of run defense, his play speed can cause him to miss tackles. He had 15 in 2025. Overall, no one knows what's going to happen between picks 17 and 50. Well, it doesn't matter because we're going to take 33 and 44 off the hands of Miami in the 2026 NFL Draft. But you can bet Keontae Scott will likely go somewhere in between those selections. Yeah, well, they also said that Shedeur Sanders is a lock-solid first-round pick. Given the inquiry injury situation for the Detroit starters in Detroit's safety room, there's a short-term and potentially long-term need at that spot beyond this season. The Lions have done an adequate job of shoring up the depth for 2026, but Scott's positional versatility between safety and slot corner and his fast, physical play style makes him a very appealing option for the Detroit Lions if he's available at number 50. All right, guys, I have a question to pose for you. I don't know where they would land on the board, but say you're sitting at 50 and you want to go DB, okay? You're looking at Keontae Scott. You're looking at D'Angelo Pons. Or you're looking at the guy we looked at just earlier this week, AJ Halkey. Who are you taking? Who are you taking at 50? If those are the three guys you've got circled, not even at 50. Let's just say those are your three choices to pick from of players. Just period. You can pick between one of these three guys to have for the Detroit Lions, right, in their secondary. Do you go Keontae Scott, D'Angelo Pons, or AJ Halkey? You know what I'm saying? No degenerative knee diseases on him, right? I hope not, dude. If you want Kirby replacement, it's Bud Clark. Yeah, dude, Bud Clark really has been mocking the Kirby Joseph play style. Not like in a bad way. I mean, he's comped to him, not mocked. I'm sorry, comped. Load hundreds of pigs and a cow and a horse. I wasn't going to be in debt forever to deliver my son to the hospital when I didn't have the health insurance after leaving the Navy. No shit, American Box. That's badass, dude. I was talking to the female NFL count. Oh, gotcha. For sure. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Tommy John. Is this the tightrope, the Tommy John surgery? Basically, dude. Hell yeah. Scott would be a good replacement. Okay, so you guys saying he kind of he kind of comps to Branch pretty well then? He's a unique DB, amazing run stopper, not great in coverage. Miami would intentionally too light on the side of the field with Scott Bain there to entice teams to run that way. Gotcha. Okay, so he does bring a unique skill set then that if applied correctly could be beneficial. Do you think the Lions have the people in-house, both on the field and in the coaching staff, to exercise his skill set and maximize his ability? I like Pons. Dude was productive. Yeah, Patrick, that's why I seen an article the other day about Pons, and I was kind of curious about him. He seems solid, but not flashy. Does that make sense? He seems like a very safe selection, a very productive, but not overly sexy pick. Does that make sense? That's kind of why I threw him out there as so you're looking at Keontae, who can kind of play a tweener role. Pons, I'm kind of reading just mocks as more of a corner. And then Halkey is basically just a purebred safety. You know what I mean? Can have 15 safeties on the roster, but who can actually replace Branch and Joseph and play in production of turnovers? Dude, yeah. For sure, Jack. For sure. Joseph's production and turnovers is key, dude. It's critical to the productivity of the Lions organization. Pons is tiny. Scott is small, but has big dog in him. Gotcha. Halkey is big enough to stay healthy. Gotcha. Okay, for sure. So am I wrong for being fascinated with AJ Halkey? I've been kind of on him all draft process just because I like that prototypical old school safety build, dude. How cheap a hospital bill would be if we hook up chains and pull like we do calves, bro? For real, Trippy, for real. Scott is like Branch in the run game, but not nearly as good in coverage. Yeah, but to that point, I guess Brent, my question would be is. Knowing that, then, are we drafting Scott to... Are we expecting him to play right now in coverage, or are we drafting him to play the role of the run stuffer? You know what I'm saying? Like, is the pressure going to be on him to reliably be out in coverage, or is the idea of when he's on the field, it's more on run down, short yardage situations, kind of maximizing what he does well early on? You know what I mean? It's Halsey. Gotcha. Appreciate it. Dude, I can't pronounce half these guys' names. I've been calling him Halkey this whole time, dude. I've been calling Vega, I've been saying it Leon, and I think it's Ione. I don't fucking know, man. I can't read. Branch's aggression will be hard to replace. That you are very accurate, dude. Now, to that point, though, that's kind of why I like Halsey. Is that well, I guess, yeah, it would be C-Y, Halsey. Yeah, you're right. I think I was throwing an R in there randomly for a while. That's kind of why I like the Halsey play, is to get that physicality that I love that old school play, dude. That, and the Lions like that too, dude. I think Jack Campbell's kind of a throwback linebacker, dude. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that too. I don't know, man. Did you see the news that we're the only team to have a visit with the Cincinnati defensive tackle? Lions D tackle visits. See if there's any news. Bro, I hate it when they do this, bro. I hate this. I go to fucking DetroitLions.com, I click on an article, and it brings me just to more articles Fuck off, dude. God, that's so fucking lame, dude. That's so fucking lame. Whoops. That's 2 weeks ago. Bro, we ain't got nothing. I swear I seen this the other day. Yeah, Jalen Hunt. There we go. Here we go. Yeah. Jalen set up visit with super athletic Cincinnati defensive tackle and former Michigan State Spartan. Yeah, Jalen Hunt. I think we're the only team to meet with him, too. Visit scheduled with the Lions and the Bengals. Gotcha. Yeah, dude. How do we feel about Jalen Hunt, dude? 4 sacks, 22 pressures, 86 run stuffer right up the Lions' alley. Showed himself to be a very athletic big man, running a 4.99 at his pro day and putting up 97.3 athletic comp score. With the exception of Uar Bernard, Uar. This would have made Hunt the most athletic interior defensive lineman at the NFL Combine there had been there. No shit. Hey, yo, you guys like Bernard. What about this guy, huh? What about Jalen Hunt, dude? Huh? I have a 3rd-round grade on Scott. I don't think he's good enough in coverage, and he is old as fuck. Yeah, I know, man. I know. The problem is that like, we might be in a position where we have to pull the trigger on a 3rd-round guy if that's who our guy is without that 3rd-round pick, you know? I don't know, man. Halsey isn't great in coverage, but he's 25. Yeah, that's what we read the other day was Halsey not so great in coverage, but what really did it for me was they said that when he hits players, it's like getting hit with a bag of cement, and I loved that analogy. Just the coverage skills aren't there where I need them. And Brent, historically, I don't think the Lions do a great job of developing corners in coverage. We put them out there on an island, and we expect the safeties to clean up and play mop-up duty. I am still hoping that TA can evolve. I would like to see Enos the Penis breaks like a straw, rake straw, be able to come in and maybe contribute. But let's be honest, guys. The Lions can develop safeties, but for some reason we can't develop corners, dude. You know, and that's what would worry me is like his play is great and he can play the run game great, but if we're expecting him to come in and develop his pass coverage skills in Detroit, historically we're not great at that. You know, I don't know, man. There's positives and negatives to all the players, dude, but we'll figure it out. Next week will be fun, guys. Hey, guys. It's 11:02 a.m. In 12 hours. In 11 hours and 58 minutes, I will be on vacation. Hell yes, you guys. Can't wait. What a great week of football coverage we had this week with all of you guys. I appreciate all of you who bothered to drop a comment. Those of you who dropped super chats, I really, really appreciate that. The new followers over on Rumble, really appreciate that. Reffy, I'm sorry, my chat over on Rumble lags a lot, dude. He doesn't think he makes it to 50. Hell yeah, watching his highlights, I see him as a branch type. Damn it, don't put that comp out there, guys. He kicks puppies and doesn't like old people. His name's Shooter McGavin, dude. Yeah, that's who Keontae Scott is. We got to get these guys to fall to us, man. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't call for bail because it's definitely not pay week. You know what I'm saying? But make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Turn that notification. I'll take an ADT mostly because I also want to subsequently offload a Leam, though. Yeah, Trippy, we looked into that, dude. Remember how expensive that's going to be, bro? Lots of money to unload a Leam. A lot of dead cap in the $50 million range, somewhere around there, some obscene number. Anyway, have a good weekend. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the like button, share this on your way out the door. We'll be back on Monday Look, I'm on vacation. We're doing mock draft on Monday. It's probably going to be a long one, boys. So buckle up. Make sure that you got your cup of coffee and ready to rock. Don't go to jail this weekend. Stay out of jail. Stay out of trouble. Stay in your bubble. Stay out of trouble. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Until Monday, bonga bonga. Frig off.